Hi everybody and welcome to Shine a Light episode 4, part of Black Professionals here at Samsung. My name is David DT Thompson. Hope you guys are well. You obviously know me by now. And today's a real special one because without this lady, this series wouldn't really take place, and she's sitting here shaking her head, but she's pretty much my business partner on the Black Professionals here, and we've been working on this project for a number of months. Ladies and gentlemen, Bukunmi Thomas.
Hello.
What's happening, B?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Come on, man, high five me, man.
How's it going? I know we're here.
It's
it's live, it's happening. I'm very excited.
Good, and finally, we've got you here.
Yes.
Because it's the 4th episode. We've seen Chloe, we've had Kadesh, we've had Ryan. And I said, you know what, we have to pretty much close our series, but we've got more information on that later on. We have to close our series with the person that I've been working with really closely on this, and that is you. So for those who don't know B, and we're calling you B, Queen B.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about yourself.
So actually, my name is Bukunmi, and I actually just prefer people to call me B, but because it's me, that's just who I am. But yeah, so Bukunmi Thomas, I am a brand social media lead on the IM team for social. I'm across all things IM. I'm also a Gen Z Lab member, and as DT said, I am also one of the Black Professionals leads, and we are making it happen for the Black Professionals at Samsung. So here we are.
Cool. So B, you've been here 14 months or so?
About 2 years now, yeah.
Been 2 years now?
Yeah.
Cool. And you started off in the social team. You're still in the social team, right?
Yeah.
Before then, tell us a bit about your career before coming into Samsung.
So yeah, I mean, my career's been quite mixed. So I've definitely spent a lot of time within the creative sort of world. So doing a lot of social, a lot of campaign management. I've worked a lot with influencers across a variety of different brands. So definitely it spans across lots of tech, but also lots of food, of course, because I'm a bit of a foodie. So yeah, a bit of a mix. I'm personally a very creative person, so I try to kind of keep myself within that atmosphere career-wise as well.
Cool.
So.
And I connected you really well because we're both West London people, right?
Yes,
cool.
we are.
We are, definitely. So you're from the West London side, Greenford to be precise. Born and raised in that area?
No, I was actually born and raised Northwest London. So
really?
I was in Wembley when I was
Okay, now let's dig deeper.
And then
what part of Wembley?
North Wembley.
What part of North Wembley?
Literally right opposite, you know where the Wembley High School is? Wembley, literally that road there, that's where I grew up. Initially, if we take it all the way back, we're really taking it back. I started off in Kingsbury and then moved over to Wembley.
Okay, cool. So you've always stayed sort of that northwest side. Yeah. Very similar to me, and we'll talk about that on another episode, potentially. So it's great to have you here. Now, you started just as the pandemic was
Yeah, so literally I had about a month and a half before the pandemic kicked in. So it was a little bit of time to get to know people and to spend a bit of FaceTime with a few of the team. But yeah, not long after that, we went straight into the pandemic, into lockdown. So definitely quite a shift in terms of working from home, I guess, yeah.
Right, and tell us a bit about the role. It's social media.
Yes, social media lead. So I am across all of our social campaigns for our IM portfolio. So that's premium mobile, that's flagship, it's tablet, it's computing, watch, buds, the whole lot. So all of our sort of campaigns, it's kind of my job to liaise and lead from our social perspective and how we activate across all of those channels and what key audiences we're activating against, which influencers we'd like to work with, and kind of just putting our own spin on it to make it feel a bit more social first and bespoke. So yeah, that's pretty much kind of my remit.
And was it difficult to balance your own personal interests, which we'll get to, which is gaming, with managing social, because social, you're in this world and it's in this bubble, and keeping on top of trends can be quite difficult, right? Yeah. How was that to manage that, plus everything that's coming on from a brand point of view?
I think it's difficult, but it also is very intertwined in that you need to be at the forefront of the current trends and what's changing, how one of the big things last year was just a massive shift of online behaviors. Everybody was at home on their phones, on social media. We had new platforms kind of come to play that, they'll kind of burst because of the pandemic. So it's just keeping at the forefront of those conversations so that we can also then inform our decisions when we're coming up with bespoke campaigns for social media, as we understand who is where, what audiences are, present and engaged on what platforms, and then we can kind of tailor that into our creative responses.
Yeah.
So yes, it is challenging, but I kind of need that to be able to do what we do.
Yeah.
So.
And in the midst of what happened over the last 18 months, social media played a massive part in that,
Yes,
right?
it did, yeah.
It played a part into sharing and alerting people what's been going on, from George Floyd to Ahmaud Arbery to Black Lives Matter to the England footballers. So you're managing that from Samsung's point of view. You're then managing everything else that's going on social-wise. Yeah. How was that mentally for you?
To be completely transparent, it was very, very, very draining and very challenging in that, I guess for me, like you just said, my role sits within social. So day in, day out, I am on all of these platforms. I'm seeing all the conversations. I'm seeing the responses to these conversations, the headlines, the posts. And then offline, I'm also having those same conversations with friends and family. So at a point, it literally was just non-stop, constantly seeing things, which can be quite triggering at times and has had an effect, I'd say, on my mental health, like long term. So yeah, it was definitely a challenge for me.
And how are you now?
I'm good. It's definitely better because I think one of the best things that I've seen come out of the last 18 months is how many people have kind of come together to be a support system, to be allies who have spoken out about things where that may not have been the case before. So that's definitely been helpful, having that support system. So friends, you guys at work, like being able to have our community to be able to talk to each other and to share our experiences, that's made a massive, it's had a massive effect on me being in a better space today, I'd say.
Good. And we had conversations back in September 2020. I'm trying to remember what year we're in now. 2020. 2020. We sat down, we had a conversation around what can we do as colleagues at Samsung to build and inspire people to learn and appreciate us. And that's where our Black professionals work came about. And we had many conversations about this. And for those who don't know, I may be the front man here and speaking to you guys, but a lot of the driving forces come from this lady here, because you always want us to do more and get more and stuff like that. And for the both of us working on this project, what does it really mean for you?
For me, it's, how can I phrase it? It's a really inspiring thing to be a part of. And I say that because for me, kind of growing up in my various different environments, I feel like I've always been not isolated, but I feel like I've always been the different person. And that's mainly because I've gone to schools where it's not predominantly Black, or I'm not living in an area that's predominantly Black. So I've always kind of felt a bit of the odd one out. I don't really see myself in terms of representation, whether that's with teachers, whether that's with jobs that I've had, or in school, or just various different things. So for me and for us to be able to do this and to be able to put our stories forward and to share our experiences and to essentially give ourselves the spotlight to be able to show off what Black excellence means and what it means to be able to see successful Black people at the forefront of tech industries, of, creative industries. That's an amazing thing to be able to do. And I think more and more since everything that happened last year, we're seeing more of that across the board. So it's inspiring for me to be able to be a part of this. And like I said, for us to work on the things that we're doing and, what's coming in the future for Black professionals at Samsung. I'm just really excited and really honoured and humbled by this experience.
So if we take a look now, cast your mind forward to 2022.
Yep.
We're sitting in the same position. Year's time. What would you like from our Black professionals project to be known for?
I would like us to be known to be game changers, in the sense that I want us to be more present in creative spaces, gaming spaces, being able to share our viewpoint in tech spaces. So whether that's, events that happen throughout the year, we're able to kind of give our perspective without it being about Black trauma, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's where we're at currently as a whole, like as a collective. I feel like stories are being shared, yes, but we don't just want a seat at the table just to be known for what we've had to suffer. It's about, this is what my skill set is, this is what I can bring forward. And that's why I deserve a seat at the table, because I'm just as skilled and just as knowledgeable as everybody else who does have a seat at the table. So I would like us to be more present across the board, whether it's creative, it's tech, it's whatever it might be, in 2022, and leading the charge from a Samsung perspective, I'd say.
Cool, love that. Well, we've got a seat at the table and you're sitting next to me. So
yes,
I'm going to ask you
indeed.
some quick fire round questions.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
You said you're a foodie.
I am.
Talk to me. What's your
no.
favorite food?
What is my favorite food? My favorite food is definitely like hometown food. Like I'm Nigerian.
Yeah.
Born and bred, or not born and bred, but through and through I'm Nigerian. So I grew up on Nigerian dishes. So my absolute favorite dish, I'd have to say, is jollof rice.
Okay, now wait, I'm going to pause
And don't ask me the question that you're going to ask me, because you know what the answer is going to be.
Now,
you know what the answer is going to be.
So here's the argument, right? Now, obviously, I'm Caribbean, right? And I've got a little circle of my friends, which you guys know. They happen to be Ghanaian. And there's this massive thing in Africa, Ghanaian jollof versus Nigerian jollof.
Right.
So what are the main differences between the two?
So from what I'm aware of, Ghanaians tend to use basmati rice, which is a different type of rice, and Nigerians don't. The flavouring is a bit different. They tend to spice it up in their own way, which is totally fine. But the real way to do it, and the way I enjoy it, is the Nigerian way. So always and forever, it will be Nigerian jollof over Ghanaian jollof. That's just how it will be.
Okay. All right, cool. Say no more. We'll have to do a food test. I think we might have to do that one day.
We're going to make that a series, actually.
Right.
We might do a bit of a Jollof Wars series at KX. We'll do a bit of a challenge and see whose dishes
Can we throw in some rice and peas,
We can do, yeah.
Right,
we
that
can
will help
do.
me.
Let's do a few different dishes and we'll see who can cook the best. We might call in a couple people and
Jerk
do a
chicken,
bit
rice
of
and
a...
peas wins all day
I
long.
mean, that's debatable. We'll see when it comes down to actually making the dishes, won't we, DT?
All right, fair enough. You're a gamer as well.
Yes, I am, yeah.
Are you a Xbox? Are you a PlayStation gamer?
I'd say a variety. I'm more PlayStation and Nintendo.
Okay.
Those are my two favorites. I have a bit of an obsession with consoles, so I have too many consoles to name. But definitely PS5 at the moment is like my baby.
Okay, what game
I
are you
love
playing?
it. I'm playing a mixture. So Call of Duty, I'm playing Horizon, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima, and a couple of other more chilled games like Fall Guys, maybe.
Not FIFA? You don't want to game?
I'm not a FIFA gal.
Oh, come
so
on,
sorry.
man. Nobody wants to play me at FIFA.
I'm not a FIFA gal. I've never been interested in FIFA or like football stuff.
All right, so if you can convince me that Nigerian jollof is better than Ghanaian jollof, then I can then get you on a game of FIFA, me and you. Deal?
All right, cool. Let's make it happen.
All right, sweet. And last question, musically. I asked this question because music runs in our body, our soul. We absolutely love it.
Yeah.
What is your favorite album you're listening to right now?
Oh, favorite album?
Yeah.
Wow. Black is King.
Really?
Yeah, I love that album. I absolutely love it. So as I said, because I'm quite creative, sometimes when I create little films or edits, a lot of that music is very inspiring in terms of its heritage and where it comes from. But that's a really powerful album for me. So I'm definitely listening to Black is King.
Definitely a powerful album, and what a powerful woman.
Stop. Thank you so
much. B, she's my business partner on The Black Professionals. We're wrapping up this series, or are we?
Question mark.
Well, stick around because next week there will be a special last in the series. I'm a bit sad about this because I've actually had a lot of fun here, but it is the last last episode in the series where I'm going to be in a hot seat, and B and the lovely Chloe, who you saw in episode 1, will be coming back to ask me all the questions. So it's a massive bye from me. This is Bukunmi Thomas. We've been the Black Professionals here at Samsung, and this is Shine a Light. See you later.